You trying to like look as frightened as possible?
It was, it really was. Oh, hi guys. This is me. I'm just taking a piss this time. Hear it? Every time that I pee, I feel like I'm masturbating. In a way, I am. It's kind of like a way to like feel good without having to like intentionally feel good. You know what I mean? Yep. Okay, so sounding more and more like Maria Bamford every time we do this. It's kind of freakish. Wonder if y'all saw anything there. Did y'all catch a glimpse of my ass? Catch a glimpse of my pubes? My thighs? My vag?
This is the guest bathroom, by the way, in case y'all were wondering where the fuck we are. Where is she peeing now? Here we are.
Back in the art room.
Look what I did here with the lights. There's Beethoven. Say hi, Beethoven. He said hi in his own way.
Okay, you guys.
Say hi to Annie. Everybody say hi to Annie. It's my spirit animal right there. There she is. Go on. Go on. Fade out. Fade out. Fade in. Fade out. Annie clock. Everybody, Annie clock. Lots of females on this wall. Some men. Not as many though. Not as many as the women's. She really inspired me. She was like the first guitar player that really inspired me. Not to play guitar, mind you, because I can't play worth a shit, but she's fucking incredible. That's PJ Harvey. That's Patti Smith. I know y'all recognize that, you fucking hipsters. Jenny Lewis. And Amy Mann. You guys like Amy Mann? She's a genius. Anyway, there's Tori. Many Faces of Tori. There's Kim Deal from the Pixies, as well as the Breeders, in case y'all are well versed on 90s rock. More like grunge. Yeah, that's still rock. Let's zoom in once again on Annie. Here we go. Look at it. She's like staring in awe at herself. Okay. Next to Annie is one of my other favorite guitar players of all time, Mr. Elliott Smith. Rest in peace, my baby. Stabbed himself in the heart twice because he really wanted out of here. One of the best songwriters ever, though. Speaking of one of the best songwriters ever, Fiona. Named my car after you, my darling. She's the reason why I'm alive, you guys. Really and truly. I would not be alive if it weren't for this crazy bitch. Relaying her crazy shit onto the world. Expressing it beautifully and angrily. That's Madonna, by the way, in case you didn't know who the fuck that was. In case you're wondering why I have a pop star in the same collection as all these other very eclectic artistic. I mean, I think Madonna's pretty artistic. Like, just because you're a pop star doesn't mean that you can't be on that same level. You know, I think that people think about art in a very, like, one-dimensional way, and there's so many different ways that you can be not only artistic, but just true. Just true to yourself and true to the way that people really are. Okay. That is some album art from the very first album that the Arcade Fire ever did, their EP, which is my favorite album of theirs. It's still like a picture of the chick singer. I'd rather have a picture of her than Win. No offense, Win Butler. You're just not as attractive as your wifey, okay? I don't know if they're married. Well, they have a kid together. That's good enough. Okay, Broken Social Scene. That's like one of my favorite albums ever. So creative. Flaming Lips. You guys like the Flaming Lips? Because they're one of my favorite bands ever. See there. That's my favorite Flaming Lips album ever. It's fading out, fading out. That's The Clouds Taste Metallic. Apparently, when you get struck by lightning, that's the taste in your mouth, if you want to imagine that horrific experience. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a picture from the another Broken Social Scene album. Oh, and there's another Flaming Lips. I forgot about that one. How could you forget about the Soft Bulletin? Ugh, I don't know. I want to cut myself now. Anyway, Portishead, Portishead. One of the best albums ever. Dummy. A lot like me, you guys, a lot like me. Mountain Goats, another one of the best albums ever. All about child abuse. Motherfucker dedicated it to his stepfather, who abused him for years and years and years. It's pretty profound. Yellow Tango, you guys. Anybody like Yellow Tango? One of the best bands ever. I can't believe we're... Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to, like, start talking about my wall of artists that are 1,000 times better than I'll ever be. There you go. Speaking of artists, probably 1,000,000 times better than I'll ever be. Right there. That's my favorite album by the Talking Heads. More songs about buildings and food. I really like that one too. Speaking in Tongues. That's from 77. I would totally have something from Remain in Light. However, it was like a special edition and I didn't want to fuck it up. You don't mind fucking up the other ones, though. Yeah, I mean, at some point, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, you know, this album's mine. I'm gonna make my own art with it, God damn it. Oh, there you go. That's a good one right there. Looks like that's one of the best albums ever made. It really echoes how I feel about this country. Hopefully you guys like real punk rock. Like, The Clash is about as real punk rock as you can fucking get. Speaking of real punk rock. Oh, hey. What? I just realized what the fuck that picture was. That's from Animal Collective, you guys. I love that band. They're probably the best borderline personality band that's ever existed. Totally psychedelic and, like, emotional and crazy. Anyway, let's go back up to Blind Melon. So sad what happened to him. Yeah. Well, it's sad, but it isn't, you know? It's like, at least he went out the way that he wanted to. Yeah, exactly. Drugs, suicide. I feel like if you're true to yourself, then that's all that matters. Like, you know, you obviously... If you want to do drugs, you want to do drugs. I don't see why people think that's so fucking sad, you know? When somebody ends their life early for whatever reason. I mean, it is sad in a way, but it's also just totally understandable. Speaking of that, tragedy, But I understand you, Elliott. I understand you, and I love you so much. I get your entire existence, and I get your entire career. Anyway. If Fiona Apple ever kills herself, that would be the day that I go, you guys. When Fiona dies, I will die with her. Anyway. That's Slater Kinney. Yeah, like Slater Kinney? They're really fucking awesome. I'm so glad they got back together. Speaking of girls that rock. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going up. Keep going up. You guys, this is like my favorite band ever. And I don't really like superlatives for a reason, but if there could be any band that would be my favorite band, it'd be this band. This is my favorite album ever, by the way. Right here. Could you please make this a little less blurry? For the love of anything but God, actually. For the love of the Beta Band! That's, the 3 EPs, by the way. Eventually, I'm gonna get that part in the middle. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me somewhere on my body. Probably a painful place. Well, hopefully. That's what you do. Fade in, fade out. Fade in, fade out. Okay, let's keep going. That was my favorite album by the Beta Band, but, like, that's another great album by them as well, Heroes to Zeros. Right above them, that is my favorite album by the Tribe Called Quest. The Tribe. A Tribe. That would be really funny if there was like a rival Tribe Called Quest band and they were just like, yeah, you guys, a Tribe Called Quest? We, the Tribe Called Quest. That would just be hilarious. Anyway, I come up with brilliant ideas all the time, you guys. Okay. Enough of that wall. And if you're wondering, why you're not on the wall, it's not because I don't love you enough to put you on my wall. It's probably because, maybe I don't want to fuck up the album art, maybe? Or probably because you're just not that good. I'll just be honest. There are a lot of bands that I really like, I should really put this one up. The Tune Yards, one of the greatest bands ever. Especially like right now, like they're out right now and they're fucking awesome. See, the thing is, this bitch went through so much fucking time, dedication, effort into making this album. And like, just like looking at the liner notes and the lyrics and shit, it's just really cool. And like, I don't want to fuck with that. I don't want to like tear a page out and put it up on the wall. You know, that's not, I feel like that's disrespectful. But if there's just some like picture of somebody, or it may, if it's just convenient for me to do so, I'll put it up there. But no, I really like this band though. They're really good. I don't remember what I was gonna do. Was she gonna sing another song? Makes sense if that's what you do. Okay, so I always get inspired right before I gotta go do something, you know? Like, when I have the time, I don't get anything done. So, I'll eat a bowl of cereal, driving to work, playing piano. And if I smoked cigarettes, I would smoke 2 cigarettes because I was that kind of a chain smoker. So now my inner dialogue is now outer dialogue. I've been talking to myself myself my whole life about myself, for myself, and the vortex, which is now you, 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 you. I don't even know if this sounds good. I'm just pressing keys, you guys. That's all it takes to play keys, you know? A lot of times with musical instruments, you just hit the damn thing. So there you go. So I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder. Imagine that, the crazy bitch who spends all of her time in the house is a hoarder. Okay, this one's pretty good. It is because I was talking about my favorite musicians and why they mean so much to me. And if it weren't for all of them, I would probably be dead. See, I don't really know what sounds good. I just know it feels good. And if it feels good, do it. I'm a hippie on the inside and the outside. You see it? You see it? Just kidding. I was gonna flash you, but I'm not gonna do that yet. It's not time. It's not time for titty action. Anyway, hoarding. So I keep everything. You know, like I went to a psych ward, believe it or not, and they put all my stuff in a bedpan, right? And when I left, it's like, you know, I collect these little like mementos of my experience, and well, I'll show you guys soon. Soon you'll see it. But I have this whole wall that's like dedicated to my life experience in regards to like jobs and cars that I drove and identification pictures and, you know, just random stuff that people gave to me or like stuff that people made for me, receipts, shit like that. Like, I'm weird. I keep the most random things. But when I went to the psych ward, I kept everything in a bedpan. It has my name on it, and it's right over there, actually. Because I told him, you better give me that fucking bedpan. So, speaking of hoarding, Amy. See, the problem with this, when I do this, it's like, I tend to go on and on about just like random stuff. Like, a lot of this is cool, but most of it's bad. Like, most of it's just sort of like, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. Like this, for example, like this is a great example of that. It's just me going on and on about how I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I just go in and out of this because I'm not actually a confident person. And anybody that thinks I'm truly confident is a moron, because I'm totally open about the fact that I'm actually really insecure. Just grumbling on the inside. Yeah, I want people to know that about me, that I'm not gloating or I'm trying to be blatantly narcissistic, because I am truly disgusted by that part of myself. But keep in mind, narcissism is what you resort to when you don't have actual confidence. So I appear confident, but I seem arrogant. Yep. You just talk about everything. Like, talk about the process. Talk about what other people are talking about. Talk about what I think other people are seeing in me. Shit like that. It just goes on and on and on and on and on